Rome, the eternal city. 2,000 years ago, it was the greatest city of the ancient world and the heart of a mighty empire that stretched for almost 3 million square miles. Today, teams of archaeologists dig Rome and its empire, searching for clues to understand how this city rose to dominate so much of the ancient world.
For me as an archaeologist, this is a great site because you can see the growth and the rise of the Roman Empire.
How did this one city conquer the entire Italian peninsula, the Mediterranean world, and beyond? We follow excavators as they investigate how Rome and its people drove an incredible expansion from city-state to imperial power. In search of answers, Canadian archaeologist Eve MacDonald has come to the heart of the ancient capital.
Here it is, the Roman Forum, the center of the city of Rome. The very essence of the city that became a world empire.
Eve has been studying the Romans for over 20 years.
I find the Romans absolutely fascinating. If you don't understand the Romans, you really can't understand so much of Mediterranean history, of world history.
To see evidence of Rome's early ambitions of conquest, she's heading to one of the city's oldest structures, built in the 4th century BC.
Here we have a massive defensive wall. These stones that we look at come from a site outside of Rome itself. They were quarried from a city called Veii, which isn't very far away. It's only on a tributary of the Tiber River. But it is a symbolic place because it stands for one of Rome's great early conquests.
From its earliest times, Rome had a thirst for war and conquest, even before it was a powerful city. In the 4th century BC, Rome was a vulnerable city-state. It had a track for chariot racing and mass entertainment, the Circus Maximus, temples for worshipping gods and for public meetings, and many houses made of mud brick and wood. It was spread across 7 hills, an area of 610 acres, and was protected by a huge wall, 32 feet tall, built in response to repeated attacks. How did this city begin the conquests that led to its complete control of the Mediterranean world?
This wall tells us about 2 aspects of the Romans. One is their aggressive conquest of their neighbors with their taking of the city of Veii, and the other is their incredible resilience in the face of challenge. It was a zero-sum game, conquer or be conquered.
In Trapani, Sicily, 260 miles south of Rome,
I think moving further east to delineate the battle site is a great plan.
maritime archaeologist Peter Campbell and his colleagues from the RPM Nautical Foundation are setting sail on a state-of-the-art research vessel, the Hercules. They're looking for traces of a brutal naval battle fought in the 3rd century BC.
The Battle of the Egadi Islands is one of the most important ancient naval battles that took place. This is a point where history changed.
First lab, tourist boat Intrepido is approaching on your port side.
Copy that.
Peter is a specialist in ancient marine warfare. He hopes the mission will provide clues to how the Romans mastered the seas to achieve one of their most important conquests.
The significance of this battle is that Rome took on Carthage, which was a superpower at the time. It's really exciting to be part of this project for me because there's very little evidence for ancient warships that has survived.
Ancient historical accounts reveal the clash took place off the western coast of Sicily. To identify the full extent of the battlefield, the investigators used the very latest search technology, including side-scan sonars, which map the seabed.
The search area is 5.5 times larger than Manhattan. And we're sitting on a research vessel 100 meters above the seafloor. So it's a bit like searching for objects that are less than a meter wide from sitting on top of the Empire State Building.
Peter and the team have identified anomalies on the seafloor. The challenge now is to examine each of these targets at a depth of 260 feet and find out if they are traces of the battle